Okay, today we have a BMW Z3 year 2000 convertible with the classic window in the back that has been faded by the sun and is basically, you can't see out of it. So your choice is either to replace it or use the Acrylic-Works to restore it back to its original clear condition. The gentleman who owns this car had priced just the piece at $1,400 plus labor, and that was at a non-BMW shop. I'm sure at a BMW shop you're probably talking $3,000 or more. So I'm going to let Mark wipe the window down to show you we don't have any magic dust, or we haven't put anything on this window. It's the classic. If you're a BMW owner and you have a car that's at this age, you've probably found that your window is fading. So we're going to go and we're going to clean half of it. We're going to do the inside and the outside just to show you what the Acrylic-Works polish will do in a matter of minutes. So Mark will take his damp cloth.
And also we're doing this in the direct sunlight.
Yeah, notice you can see the sun reflecting. It is about 85 degrees here today. Direct sunlight, so we're not in any kind of special conditions. Mark's going to start on the inside, and you're basically wiping north, south, and east, west. We noticed that there wasn't a lot of damage on the inside, but we're going to do both just to get the, as much clarity as we possibly can on this particular piece. But most of the fading and the yellowing is on the outside of the window, so we'll get to that next. But we want to do a full. We're going to do half of a window. We want to do the full process and show you the difference between, what it looked like before, which will be over here, and what we're cleaning, which is this section over here. So as Mark shows the rag, you can see it's pulled up. Some dirt obviously, but some yellowing, and he's just going to use the water base now to finish that area up. And again, a water sheen is always applied after you've done the polish, and after you've done the water sheen, that sets the acrylic, and then he uses a buffing towel to buff it out. But as we mentioned, most of this damage is on the outside, so you'll really be able to see a major difference once he gets done with the outside area. And you can see where previous owners have tried to clean this. I can see a lot of striation marks, a lot of, something that was used that had grit in it, that put a lot of cuts in this thing. This is Acrylic-Works is a water-based product, no abrasives, and completely safe on any surface. Yeah, that made a major difference right there. And it'll take a little bit of time to get this back to its original shape. It's not, it didn't occur overnight, so it's not going to be. This is not a quick magic fix like you see on TV. This is actually something that actually works and is real, and will keep this window clear for many months, if not a year. But it will take some time to get back to its original condition, and that's what Mark is doing now, is going back and forth with a left, right, up and down motion.
See, we got a little stain here. Very similar to a little Miata I did a while back that had adhesive that had dried on for close to 2 years. This has got something there as well. That could be an adhesive. It could be just a little paint transfer or something that's actually transferred back onto the glass itself, onto the plastic.
And if you have things like that, then let the polish sit on it for a minute and work itself in. Especially under a hot condition, it's going to do that. So you might just go on to another area and clean it, and then go back to the area, and you'll find that the the adhesive or the stains or whatever it is that's on there has softened up a bit with its direct sunlight and the Acrylic-Works polish. And notice Mark is also getting on the edge where the soft rubber seal is. That's perfectly fine. Actually, it's good for it. He'll probably have some black on his cloth where he's actually restoring that seal as well as he does the window. In fact, you can see the dark black, which is from this little seal right in through here.
And you can just see the oxidation too from the plastic coming up now.
Yeah.
So I'm going to flip it over
to a clean side. Put just another little dab on it. You don't need a lot. You can see we're not using a lot of polish. And as he works that in, that little area is getting a little bit cleaner, even with where the stains were.
I'll be able to go back on the inside now that I've got the exterior done, to a point where I can literally see what's still on the inside now. And
yeah, I can see some things that are on the inside that we didn't get the first time because we just did it with a real short,
just an awkward position. The seats don't fold forward, so we're working through the roll bar, and the seats in an upright position still, even though we've got them moved up as far as we can. But I'm going to get back in there again and hit this now because I can see through what I'm doing. And I'll get a concentration on some of the little things on the inside now. But you can already see a major difference.
Yes, now he's going for these stains that you see, that we can now see that are on the inside that we didn't get the first time because we just weren't able to tell if they're inside or outside. And it is a very difficult position to get to, but again, if it's worth saving you $2,000 or $3,000 for 20 or 30 minutes worth of work, then I would say that's a good bargain in anybody's mind.
A proactive choice is to use it from day one if you've already replaced your top. Get on.
Or if you have a new car,
yeah,
put it on there right then and there, so you don't get to this position.
Right. Easier to keep the one you got that's new.
You got some right in here, Mark, and right in here. I think those are inside areas.
Yeah, I think those are actual just scuffs in the plastic now.
Yeah, okay.
But I'm gonna see if we can get this stuff off. Find an angle to work at.
Yeah, that's the other part is establishing a little bit of an area to get some kind of pressure on it so you can actually work it in, work it out, or work it out, as the case may be.
I'm going to let that sit for a second. Okay, hit the inside one more time with the damp cloth.
Yeah, so we're not getting out as much now as you can see on the rag. So we're going to put the water sheen on the inside now that we've done it one more time, and then we'll come back out on the outside and do the same thing. So it's not showing up clear yet, but I can tell right now as soon as we do the outside with the water sheen and the puffing towel, I'll be able to see things in this window that probably haven't been seen in a couple of years.
Wait, does it look like I got all the edges at least?
Yeah, it's kind of hard to, again, without the outside being done, it's kind of hard to say, but it looks like you've got most of them anyway. The majority, let's put it that way. It's certainly looking a lot clearer.
Are you able to see it from the other angle where you can still see what's on the other side?
Oh yeah, yeah, you can definitely see a major difference already without even cleaning this final cleaning on the outside here. So we're going to do that one more time. Try and get those little, we don't know what that is, and sometimes it's hard to tell what's dropped on a car over the years. It seems to have come off a little bit.
Yeah.
But if you wanted to really work at it, you could probably get it all the way off. But in the interest of time, and we're just really demoing this just to show you what this polish can do for a window that was in really bad shape. I mean, you can see over here, we haven't touched this area yet. And we're not finished yet, but you can already see a huge difference.
Now I'm just going to look at the cloth to make sure that we're not getting up any more dead surface. And see?
You still are.
Even still, then.
Yeah. So if you're pulling off stuff, you can see streaks sometimes in the plastic where it's starting to finally loosen up. Again, this is a 2000. This is 11 years of sun damage. So it sometimes takes more than a few wipes to get it back to its original condition. But again,
that's why we
$3,000 or 20 minutes of work.
Right, that's why we call it restoration and not just a quick fix.
It's not a detail, it's not a quick shine, it's not gonna, shine it up for, a week and then go back to that. It's gonna stay like this for, many months and possibly a year.
Yes.
But we want to emphasize this is not a quick fix, it's not a miracle product. It is a product that will actually work and do what we say it does. So okay. Very light now, so we didn't get much more on that one.
That's just almost perfectly acceptable now.
But you can see the roll bar and the seat now, which you couldn't see earlier. So Mark's just putting one more
final check on it.
Yeah, you can see that adhesive is still on there, but starting to break up a little bit, but we're gonna...
Yeah, I'll come back on that one and apply some interior pressure to it.
Let's go ahead and water sheen it and show the folks what this will do, because right now, it's still got the polish on it, so it's still looking a little bit dingy, but wait until you see what happens when we, again, put the water sheen on it. That sets the acrylic. And then we'll come back with a buffing towel. Can you see a difference over there? Right through it, huh? Didn't think it was going to happen, did you?
I'm gonna probably have to have you sit to the inside lane and push against this thing.
Oh, when we get done.
Yeah.
But that's good for the for the film. That's perfectly acceptable.
Hit this one a little bit on water. Just dry it up a little faster.
It is hot out here. Yeah, it's not going to take out any nicks or scrapes or scratches that are in the plastic itself, but it certainly took off the haze and the yellowing that had occurred. And when we get done with this full mirror, with full window, you'll be able to actually see out of it. So we went from basically this to this.
With a headrest, without it, you can see it.
So you can actually see the seat inside and see pretty clearly out of there. So that is the Acrylic-Werks polish on a BMW convertible rear plastic window.